Welcome to a Gold DPS Proving Grounds guide for Affliction warlocks. These are the talents that I recommend taking. These are the glyphs that I recommend. My equipment is not perfectly itemized, but I focus primarily on mastery. Now, Affliction warlocks are all about the dots. Dots everywhere. And as such, make sure you always spread these dots around every single wave. The sooner you get a dot up on every individual target, the better. Now, as you can see, I just spread around these dots, and that's all it takes. Everything will die. Wave 1 is pretty simple and straightforward, just an Amber Weaver and a couple Sarok, dot them up and burn them down. Wave 2, on the other hand, has your first of a new type of ad that you've got to deal with, and that's the Illusionary Banana Tosser. Now, what this bugger does is he spins around the outer edge of the room, throwing bananas at you. If these bananas hit you, then you will take a debuff that decreases the damage you deal by a large amount. It causes almost all of your attacks to miss. So, unfortunately, there's only two ways to handle that. One is to follow along behind the banana tosser while he's spinning around the room in that little ring around him. While you're inside that ring, he cannot hit you with his bananas. Or you have to dodge the bananas. Basically run around in a circle like I'm doing right now. And that's what Kill Giant's Cunning is for. While that's active, you can of course keep spamming and draining. And as you can see, I just mowed that down. Monkey died just from the dots. It's actually not as important to interrupt the healer's heals in here because generally speaking, the target is going to die from your dots once you've got them active anyways. You don't really have to, of course, burn him down before the healer gets a heal off because even if he heals him, your dots are going to finish him off anyways. So as such, it's more important just to get your dots all active. As you can see, I unload. He throws a heal, but he's already dead anyways. So I just turn and swap to this. And I proceed to burn him down. It's also important not to interrupt that second heal because healing the monkey doesn't really matter too much. He doesn't have a lot of HP, your dots are going to burn him down. However, if you interrupt the first heal and then you burn down the monkey and then swap to the healer, chances are you might not have enough time to interrupt him again. As after all, your only interrupt really is Shadow Fury with a 30-second cooldown. Alright, in this wave you've got a bunch of annoying shield bearer ads, which of course you just have to dot up. But also on top of the shield bearer ads, you're going to have the new type of ad spawning, and that's the Illusionary Banshee. Now what these ads are, is they have a... What these ads are, is that they have a timer over their head that if that timer times out, you will instantly lose the wave. And that's enough to kill him. So in other words, doesn't matter how much time you have left over here. If the Banshee's timer, as you can see over their head right there, if that goes out, you will instantly lose. So make absolutely sure that you burn them down before that happens. Alright, in this wave, as you can see, I'm dotting up all the little ads with Agony. Make sure you just use Agony, don't really need much more. And then you focus on the healers. Now the reason why I do this is because I need to trick the healers into healing the little vermin ads instead of actually healing each other. Unfortunately, if you don't do this and you focus the healers first, like many people are probably want to do, then unfortunately, the healers can get stuck in a loop where they just spam heals on each other, and there's nothing you can then do to, of course, finish them off there. So instead, focus the vermin just a little bit first with just Agony. Alrighty, now I begin dotting up everything, and as you can see, I need to just go ahead and let that first heal go off. And here's this bugger. I got a one-shot, thankfully. I dot everything up. I'm going to go ahead and interrupt that. And hit that. And smack it with a haunt. And that should be all she wrote. I need to hit that with a haunt. And begin draining it. And then dot that bugger up. And that should be all she wrote. It seems like there's a lot going on in Wave 7. Which, to be honest, there really is. There's a banana you gotta deal with, a monkey you gotta deal with, a shield bearer you gotta deal with, banshees spawning. But really, you just need to tackle the problem one thing at a time. Dot up and kill the monkey, swap to the healer, interrupt his heals, swap to the banshee when he spawns, and you should be going alright. Now in Wave 8, you've got to deal with another new type of ad, and that's the Illusionary Shah. Now the Shah is, unfortunately, pretty much invincible for the most part. At first, when he first spawns, because he's got this buff that gives him a protective shield. Now what you want to do is set up your dots before that shield actives, and then hammer him with a haunt, and then begin unloading and single targeting after his shield goes down. Now, he's not too difficult to burn down, not with all of your dots ticking and just constantly spamming your drain on him, because he takes a massive increase in damage when this happens. So simply make sure to focus him down. Alright, in this wave, we gotta deal with, of course, the monkey. And we gotta burn down the illusionary healer after you handle the monkey. There's gonna be a banshee that's gonna spawn that we gotta handle here in just a second. There it is. Go ahead and hit it with a haunt and drain. Then you gotta get ready to start setting up on the illusionary shop. And now for this wave is when I like to use these berserking buffs. As you can see, I'll just pick up that berserking buff, begin draining. Make sure to refresh my dots, continue draining. And down he goes, with plenty of time to spare. This wave isn't really too problematic as long as you can focus everything down in the right order. Burn the monkey, burn the healer, be prepared for the banshee, and then burn down the Shah. Using the berserking buff really makes this wave fairly simple. And now we are on the final wave. Now the final wave is fairly straightforward at first. You just got a big Shah that you got to deal with, and a little Sarok. The Sarok is just something to do while you're killing time, as far as I can tell, because you can't really unload on the big Shah just yet, of course. You gotta just set up your dots, do a little bit of damage to him. Get ready to, of course, pick up the last berserking buff that you've got. There's the illusionary banshee. Gonna go ahead and unload on that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just pick up that. Refresh that, refresh that. I'll blow my Dark Soul this time. And proceed to, of course, burn him down. I can hit again with Haunt. Just keep that buff up. Might as well spam Haunt on it. And down he goes with plenty of time to spare. And as you can see, another Banshee will spawn, but you mow that down without too much issue, and you're done. As you can see, handling the waves with an Affliction Warlock is just spread your dots around to everything. Put dots on everything, and once you've handled that monkey, that's when, of course, you can throw out your Haunt and just sit there and channel your drained soul to do most of your damage. That's why burning that monkey down is so important. Get everything on that monkey and kill him, and then, of course, you could use Kel'Jaiden's Cunning for the brief seconds while you wait for the monkey to die. And then, of course, after that, follow the regular priority. Kill a Banshee every time it spawns, kill the healers, and you're good to go. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps.